Hello friends, today we are starting question number 7 of exercise 4.3. In this question, one general equation of second degree in x and y is given to us, which represent pair of perpendicular lines. Means it represent what? Pair means it represent two lines which are what? Perpendicular to each other. Using this condition, question is to find out two unknown value p and q. So somewhere p and q appears in this equation. So using the condition that line represented by these general equations are perpendicular, we have to find out p and q. So first we are considering the given general equation. From this equation we are finding value of ABC and HGF, and later on we will use the given condition here. So we can observe that here A is equals to, A means what? Coefficient of x square, that is equal to p. 2h is equal to minus 8, means h will be equals to minus 4. B will be equals to, B means coefficient of y square, that is equal to 3. 2g is equals to 14, means g is equal to 7. 2f is equal to 2, means f is equal to 1. And lastly c will be equals to what? Q. Once these values are known to us, then use the conditions, given condition. So we have already denoted this general equation by equation number first. Here we can say that lines represented by, since equation first represent perpendicular lines or pair of perpendicular lines. If the lines represented by general equation are perpendicular, at that time we know that a plus b will be equals to what? 0. So this condition is satisfying when line represented by homogeneous equation of second degree or general equation of second degree are perpendicular to each other. So using this condition, let us see what we will get here. I am replacing a by its value. What is the value of a? P. So replace a by p, plus b I am replacing by its value 3. So which is equal to 0, keep it as it is. This implies that p is equal to what? Plus 3 on this side will become minus 3. In this way we have got the value of p, which is our first required value. So that is, we can say that a is equals to, what is a? A is equal to p, but p is equal to what? Minus 3, means we can say that value of a is equal to minus 3. So we have got our first required value. Which first required value? P, using the condition that lines represented by this equation are what? Perpendicular to each other. Also again the value of discriminant is also equals to 0. Value of discriminant means what? That determinant. Why? Because this equation represent what? Pair of lines, and even these lines are perpendicular also. That's why we have used the condition for lines to be perpendicular. If this equation first represent pair of lines, then we can say that value of discriminant will be equals to 0. This determinant is also called as what? Discriminant of this equation, and its elements are a heighted girl having beautiful face going for college. So let us substitute the values. What is the value of a here? A is equals to minus 3. H is equal to, just now we have got the value of h is equal to minus 4. G is equal to 7. H is equal to minus 4, B is equals to 3, F is equals to 1, again G is equal to 7, then F is equals to 1, and C is equal to Q. Simplifying this determinant here, easily we can observe that we will get our second required value Q. To find out this second required value, let us simplify this determinant. So here minus 3, keep it as it is. Delete this column, find out determinant of these four elements, 3q minus 1. So 3q minus 1. If minus 4 is there, then we know that we are taking here plus 4 and we are deleting this column. Find out determinant of these four elements, minus 4q minus 7. So minus 4q minus 7. Then plus 7, keep it as it is. Delete this column. Here we will get minus 4 minus 21. Minus 4 minus 21. On this side, keep this 0 as it is. Let us simplify this expression. Minus 3 into 3q will be minus 9q, minus 3 into minus 1 will be plus 3, 4 into minus 4 is minus 16q, 4 into minus 7 is minus 28, 7 here minus 21 minus 4 is minus 25, minus 25 into 7 is minus 175 is equal to 0. Now collect the terms of q here. Minus 9q and minus 16q 15q will be minus 25q. Again, we can observe that 3 minus 28 is minus 25 and minus 175 will be minus 200. Minus 200 on this side will become plus 200. So this implies that q is equals to, keep this 200 as it is, divided by minus 25, implies that q is equals to what division we are getting here, minus 8. In this way we have got our second required value q. So lastly, write down, therefore p is equals to, what is the value of p here? P is equals to minus 3 and q is equals to minus 8. So using the conditions that line represented by this general equation are what, perpendicular to each other, we have got our required value. Now see the question number 8. In this question also we have to find out value of p and q, and the lines represented by this general equation are parallel lines. So first here also we are considering the given equation. From this equation let us try to find out value of AHB and GFC, and later on we will use the condition that the line represented by general equation are what, parallel to each other. So what is the value of A here? 2h is equal to 8, means h is equal to 4. B is equals to p here. Then G is, this 2g is equal to q, means g is equal to q by 2. 2f is equal to 2, means f is equal to 1, and lastly c is equal to minus 15. Once all these 6 values we will get from the given equation, then use the condition. What is the given condition? That line represented by this general equation are parallel to each other. This general equation we have denoted by equation number first. And what is the given condition? That line represented by this equation or this equation represent pair of parallel lines. And we know that if lines are parallel, at that time which condition is satisfying? That h square minus ab will be equals to 0. Replace h by its value. What is the value of h here? 4. So 4 square minus a into b, means 2 into p, will be equals to 2p, is equal to 0. Keep it as it is. So 16 is equal to minus 2p on this side will become plus 2p, which implies that p is equals to 2 will get divided. 16 upon 2 will be equal to 8. In this way we have got the value of p. Once the value of p is known to us, but p means what here? P is nothing but what? B. So b is equals to, we can say that b is equals to 8. So in this way we have got our first required value. Since here the lines represented by equation first are pair of lines, means again we can say that value of discriminant, means determinant, will be equals to 0. Using this condition we are able to find out our second required value q. Instead of determinant we have one expression also, means we have two choices: either use the condition that determinant is equal to 0, or use the expression which you are getting by simplifying the determinant. That is also given as an what, standard result. Last example we have solved using determinant, so that's why here we are solving this example using what, expression. So what is that expression? ABC plus 2FGH minus AF square minus BG square minus CH square will be equals to 0. So this expression we are getting simplifying the determinant only. So you will have two choices. If you like the method of determinant, solve the example using determinant, or solve the example using this expression. Now we are substituting the values. A is equals to, what is the value of A? A is equal to 2B. Just now we have got the value of B is equals to 8 and C is equals to minus 15. C is equal to how much? Minus 15 plus 2. Replace f by its value, that is by 1, g by its value, that is by q by 2, and h by its value. What is the value of h here? 4, minus af square. A is equals to 2 and f is equals to 1, so af square minus bg square. B, just now we have got the value of b is equals to 8 and g is equal to q by 2. So q by 2, keep square as it is, minus last term is ch square. C is equals to minus 15 and h is equals to what? 4. So 4 square h square is equal to 0. Keep it as it is. Now only remaining part is to simplify this expression. So here 2 into 8 is 16. 16 into minus 15 is minus 240. So here 2 and 2 will get cancelled. So 4 into q will be equals to 4q. Let us see what we'll get. Minus 2 into 1 will be equals to minus 2. So here minus, keep it as it is. What is square of q by 2? It's q by 4. 4 2s means 2q square. Minus into minus will become plus 15. 15 into 16, because square of 4 is what? 16. 15 into 16 is plus 240. Plus 240, so which is equal to 0. Keep it as it is. We can observe that minus 240 and plus 240 will get cancelled, and here we are getting one quadratic equation, where whenever we are writing quadratic equation in standard form, first write down the term of q square, that is minus 2q square, then write down the term of q, 4q minus 2 is equal to 0. We can observe that all the terms in this equation are divisible by 2, but I am dividing by minus 2 so that coefficient of q square should be positive. If I am dividing both sides by minus 2, so here we will get q square minus 2q plus 1 is equal to 0. So therefore, so this can be written as q minus 1 whole bracket square. If we are taking square root on both sides, here square will get eliminated and square root of 0 will be equals to 0, which implies that q is equals to what? Minus 1 on this side will become plus 1. In this way we have got our second required value. So therefore we can say that p is equals to, what is the value of p we have got here? 8. And q is equals to what? 1. In this way we have got our both required values. Now see the example number 9th. In the 9th example, it is given to us that equation of pair of opposite sides of a parallelogram are given by these two equations. Using this, we have to find out joint equation of its diagonal. So later on we will see how to find out the joint equation. Means to find out joint equation of the diagonal, first we should have to know equation of both the diagonal. Means first our aim is to find out equation of both the diagonal. Once the equation of both the diagonals of parallelogram are known to us, to find out joint equation we have to take their multiplication. So first we are simplifying this equation, and simplifying this equation, first we are trying to find out opposite sides of parallelogram, because this equation represents what? Pair of opposite sides of parallelogram. Once the opposite sides of parallelogram are known to us, we will try to focus on our required result, that is on what? Diagonals. That how to find out equation of diagonals. Okay, so well, let us simplify this equation and try to find out opposite side, because this equation represents what? Pair of opposite sides of a parallelogram. So we can easily observe that both are nothing but what? Quadratic equation. So let us try to find out its factor so that we will get opposite sides of what? Parallelogram. So here minus 7, find out factor of plus 6 such that their addition is what? Minus 7. So what are the factors of 6 here? 6 into 1, and here their addition should be minus 7. So here we are taking minus, and here also we are taking minus. Now check that product is plus 6 and their addition is what? Minus 7. So here x square, keep it as it is, minus 7x can be split up as minus 6x minus x plus 6 is equal to 0. Keep it as it is. Okay, now from first two term, if we are taking x common, so what is the remaining term? X minus 6. From last two term, if we are taking minus common, so negative term will become positive, and this positive term will become what? Negative. On this side is equal to 0. Keep it as it is. Again, if you will observe these two terms, if we are taking x minus 6 common, let us see what we will get. X minus 6 common, so here remaining term is x, and here remaining term is minus 1 is equal to 0. In this way we have got the factors of two factors of the equations of the first equation, but this equation represents what? Opposite sides of a parallelogram. Means in short we can say that we have got equation of opposite sides of one pair of opposite sides of parallelogram. Now let us simplify the second equation. Here y square, keep it as it is. Now we are finding factor of 40 such that addition should be equals to what? Minus 14. So minus 10 minus 4 are the factors of plus 40 such that their addition is what? Minus 14. So minus 14y can be split up as minus 10y minus 4y plus 40 is equal to 0. Keep it as it is. Now from first two terms, we are able to take y common. So what is the remaining term here? Y minus 10. From last two term, if we are taking minus 4 common, here we will get y and here we will get minus 10 is equal to 0. Again, from both the term, if we are taking y minus 10 common, so here we will get y and here we will get minus 4 is equal to 0. In this way, we have got the factors of second equation also, means this equation represents what? Opposite side. Another pair of opposite sides of what? Parallelogram. So that's why here we can say that, so therefore pair of opposite sides of parallelogram are, so what is the first pair? X minus 6 is equal to 0, x minus 1 is equals to 0, and y minus 10 is equals to 0, and y minus 4 is equal to 0. So this can also be written as, that is, x is equal to minus 6 on this side will become plus 6, here x is equal to minus 1 on this side will become plus 1, and here this equation can be written as minus 10 on this side will become plus 10, and y is equals to y minus 4 is equal to 0, means y is equals to 4. In this way, we have got what? Pair of opposite sides of a parallelogram. So using or observing this pair, let us try to construct a rough sketch of what? Parallelogram. So first draw y-axis, then draw the x-axis. Okay. Now, if you'll observe, these equations are in the form of x is equals to constant, and whenever the equation of line is in the form of what? X is equals to constant, at that time that line is parallel to y-axis. So this x is equals to 1, यहाँ पे कहीं पे तो भी 1 होगा. So this first line is what? X is equals to 1. x is equal to 1, and second line is x is equal to 6. यहीं पे कहीं पे तो भी 6 मिलेगा हमें. So this line will be parallel to what? Y-axis. And what is the equation of the second line? X is equal to 6. Now let us try to draw the line y is equals to 4 and y is equal to 10. Here if you observe the equations are in the form of y is equals to constant, means these lines are parallel to what? X-axis. Now what is the first line? Y is equals to 4. So here somewhere we will get this line y is equals to 4, which is parallel to what? X-axis. And second line is y is equals to 10. Y is equals to 10. In this way we have got the parallelogram from this equation. Now we are, from the equation of these lines, we are trying to find out vertices of the parallelogram. See what we will get. Let us denote the first vertex by A. So what will the coordinate of this point? X coordinate is 1. So here we are writing coordinate. X coordinate is 1 and y coordinate is 10. So y coordinate is how much here? 10. So in this way we have got the coordinate of first vertex. Let us denote the second vertex by what? B. And we are trying to find out coordinate of this vertex B. Here easily we can observe that x coordinate is equal to 6 and y coordinate is equal to 10. Now denote the third vertex by C. Here also we can observe that x coordinate is 6 and y coordinate is what? 4. And denote the last vertex by D, and here we can observe that x coordinate is 1 and what is y coordinate? Y coordinate is equal to 4. In this way we have got the coordinate of all the vertices of this parallelogram. So from this figure we can say that therefore coordinate of vertices of parallelogram are A. Let us, its coordinates are what? 1, 10. Now second vertex is what? B. Its coordinates are 6, 10. Third vertex is C, having coordinates 6, 4. And the last vertex is D, whose coordinates are 1, 4. Once all the vertices of this parallelogram is known to us, now we are trying to find out equation of our both diagonal. So because we have to find out what? Joint equation of diagonal. So to find out joint equation of diagonal, first our aim is to find out equation of diagonal. Which is the first diagonal here? AC, and second diagonal is what? BD. Now we are trying to find out equation of diagonal AC. So therefore equation of diagonal AC is, So coordinate of A and coordinate of C is known to us. Once these coordinates are known to us, we are able to find out equation of this diagonal applying 2-point form, because coordinate of 2 point on line AC is known to us. So apply 2-point form. What is 2-point form? Y minus y1. What is y1 here? 4. y1 is 4 upon y2 minus y1 means 10 minus 4 is equal to x minus x1. What is x1 here? 6. x1 is 6 upon x2 minus x1 means that is equal to 1 minus 6. In this way we have got the equation of diagonal AC. Let us simplify it. So here we will get y minus 4 divided by 10 minus 4 will be equal to minus 6 is equals to 10 minus 4 will be equal to plus 6. X minus 6, keep it as it is. 1 minus 6 will be equals to minus 5. Let us simplify this equation. So which can be written as minus 5 will get multiplied on this side, minus 5y, and minus 5 into minus 4 is plus 20 is equal to 6 into x will be equal to 6x. 6 into minus 6 will be equal to minus 36. Now write down the equation in general form. First write down the term of x, collect all these terms on this side. Minus 5y on this side will become plus 5y, and plus 20 on this side will become what? Minus 20. Minus 36 minus 20 will be equal to minus 56 is equal to 0. In this way we have got the equation of first diagonal. Now find out equation of second diagonal. So equation of diagonal which is the second diagonal BD is, again, to find out equation of this second diagonal we are applying 2-point form. What are the coordinate of B? 6, 10 and D is 1, 4. Apply 2-point form. What we will get here? Y minus y1. What is y1 here? 4. y1 is equal to 4 upon y2 minus y1 means 10 minus 4 is equal to x minus x1. What is x1 here? 1 upon x2 minus x1 means 6 minus 1. 6 minus 1. So y minus 4, keep it as it is, divided by 10 minus 4 will be equal to 6, and here x minus 1, keep it as it is, 6 minus 1 will be equal to 5. 5 will get multiplied on this side, so we will get 5y minus 20 is equal to 6x minus 6. Now write down this equation in general form. So therefore 6x plus 5y on this side will become minus 5y, and minus 20 on this side will become what? Plus 20. 20 minus 6 will be equals to 14. Plus 14 is equal to 0. In this way we have got equation of second diagonal. Once equation of both the diagonal are known to us, to find out their joint equation we have to take the multiplication of these two equations. So therefore required joint equation of diagonal, therefore required joint equation of diagonal is, so take the multiplication of these two equations, 6x plus 5y minus 56 into 6x minus 5y plus 14 is equal to 0. Now simply we have to take the multiplication of these two brackets. First I am multiplying by 6x to all the terms in this bracket. So see what we'll get. 6x into 6x will be equal to 36x square. 6x into minus 5y is minus 30xy. 6 into 14 means 14 6 will be equals to 84x. Then I am multiplying by 5y to all the terms in this bracket. See what we will get here. 5 into 6 will be equals to 30, and y into x will be equal to xy. Now multiply to the second term. Plus into minus will become minus, and 5 into 5 will be equals to 25, and y into y will become y square. Now I am multiplying by 5y to the last term means 14. So y, keep it as it is, 14 5s are 70. So here we will get 70y. Lastly, let us multiply by minus 56 to all the terms in this bracket. First, minus into plus will become minus. Keep this variable part x as it is. Now 6 6 are 36, carry 3, 6 5 are 6 5s are 30. 30 plus 3 will be equals to 33. Now minus into minus will become plus. Keep the variable part y as it is. Multiply by 5. 5 6 are 30. Carry 3. 5 5s are 25. 25 plus 3 is 28. Lastly 14 into 56. Minus into plus will become minus. 14 6 are 84. 4 8 carry. 14 5s are 70. 70 plus 8 will be equal to 78. On this side 0, keep it as it is. Now observe this equation. First keep 36x square as it is. Collect the terms of xy. Plus 30xy and minus 30xy will get cancelled. Then write down the term of y square, that is minus 25y square. Then collect the terms of x. How many terms of x are there? 2 terms of x are there. So here x, keep it as it is. Here one term is negative, another term is positive. Greatest term is negative, so here we'll get minus. 6 minus 4 will be equals to 2, and 33 minus 8 will be equals to 25. So 252x minus 252x. Then collect the terms of y. 70y plus 280y will be equals to 350y, and lastly write down the constant term minus 784 is equals to 0. So in this way we have got our required general equation of second degree in x and y, which is nothing but what? Joint equation of pair of diagonals, joint equation of diagonals of this parallelogram. Hope the method is clear to you. Opposite sides of the parallelogram are represented by this equation. Solving this equation, we have got opposite sides of a parallelogram. Once the opposite sides are known to us, using that we have got coordinate of vertices of the parallelogram. Once the vertices of parallelogram is known to us, applying 2-point form, we are able to find out equation of both the diagonals. And once the equation of diagonals are known to us, taking their multiplication, we have got our required joint equation. So remaining example from this exercise we will discuss in the next video.